evolution of capital punishment. Well, Gandhiji rightly said, an eye to an eye, and the whole world is blind. Well, addressing the youth, the Batman generation, I'll take a reference from one of his quotes where he stated, "Justice is not revenge, it's seeking harmony."
Here I want to contradict in your one statement that you said that one eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. It's just a very highly philosophical statement, because if one person is already makes you blind and is completely determined to make your whole family blind, it is completely logical to hang him before he makes your whole family blind.
Okay, respecting your views, I'll try giving some facts and some data to support my views. We're talking about the evolution of capital punishment. In the earliest of era, capital punishment included killing by stoning or by crushing, which gradually shifted to killing by hanging, and now in some of the prevailing countries, it includes killing by electric shocks. So as the society moved to the era of democracy, the mindset changed and the practice of capital punishment started becoming more sophisticated, because the minds of the people started to change. Well, almost 152 countries have abolished capital punishment and 38 are still practicing to abolish the capital punishment. Well, I would say that capital punishment shows your idea, shows your immature mind, because among the Western states, United States is the only country practicing capital punishment. Well, I would like to share one of the real incidents. In 1991, a rapist was hanged, and eventually, after his death, it was realized that his crime could have been defended. He did not deserve to be hanged. But what now? Can we bring back the loss that was caused to his life? No. But had he been imprisoned, he would have been released from the prison, and no loss would have been suffered to his life, to his family. Now I'll bring a very controversial, a very hated figure in front of you, Ajmal Kasab. I know many of you must be burning out of anger just by hearing his name, and believe me, it's totally justified, it's totally understandable, it's totally obvious. And I hate him as much as you guys hate him. But let me share with you, do you know how old was he when he actually executed that bomb blast? He was just 17 years old. And he did not know the purpose behind the bomb blast. He did not know the sufferings that he is going to cause to the people. He was brainwashed that Allah will be happy by this deed and the doors of heaven will be open to him because of this deed. And later, when his hearing was going on in the court, I guess, one of the victims was called for witness. Well, that was a small kid, to be very specific, that was a handicapped orphan kid. And as soon as she saw Kasab, she started crying out in anger and in grief and pleaded the judge to kill that bloody person because of whom she was in this state. And looking at her face, Kasab cried out in front of the judge and said, "Mujhe maar dalo, mujhe jeene ka koi hak nahi hai." This was his state of mind. He could have been easily brainwashed. Let me ask you one question. What would you call a person who would kill the stem of the tree in which he himself is sitting? I guess dumb, or maybe a synonym of dumb, right? Well, no, we call him Gyani Kalidas. Yes, a person so dumb, with all his energy, with all his time, with all his resource, can be converted into Gyani Kalidas. Then can't a juvenile criminal can be converted into a normal human being? Well, I would say every Ajmal Kasab has a human residing in himself. It depends upon us whether we want to bring that human out of him and kill the crime, or while in the process of killing the crime, we want to kill the human also. Human are our biggest resource. Instead of killing the criminals, we should kill the crime. Because justice is not about revenge, it's about seeking harmony.
But at last I just want to tell you that it is not about who is done wrong, who is not done wrong. It is about a judgment. Now Supreme Court has said that we will hang only those person who is according to who has done heinous crime, not rarest of rare crime. It is itself a subjective matter. It is not a quantitative matter. It's most of qualitative matter. It is up to you. It is judge himself who will decide who is to be hanged or who is not to be hanged. Complete abolishment of hanging is not a matter of justice for any country, but it should be calculated in a calculative manner. So should we get a proper decision which will be acceptable to almost all of our fellow countrymen. Thank you.